So I have been walking around this house thinking to myself, what if I could make it look like I have my life together without spending like more than a weekend and a couple $100? Because it turns out that the secret to making your home look really expensive is just faking it really well. So today I'm testing that theory. Oh, and stick around because I've got a way bigger upgrade coming soon that I estimate is going to increase the value of this home by about $30,000, assuming that I can pull it off. So today I am measuring vent covers, and that's gonna sound a little bit strange, but you kind of just gotta trust the process here. Or more specifically, I need to trust my own process because, like always, I have no idea what the I'm doing. I saw a picture on Pinterest, and that was enough for me. So we're looking at like... So vent covers are the type of thing in a house that we don't really pay a whole lot of attention to, but when you really actually look at them, they're ugly. It's the type of thing that we pay absolutely no attention to until it's something that's actually super pretty. And that's the thing about making your home look a lot more expensive, or at least in my opinion. It's all in the small details that people wouldn't think to change. Now, all of my vents, but especially this one, are not pretty. They're super builder grade. But the issue that I had with this one was that it's never actually fit. It was instead, okay, it never fit. It was these two vents that they sort of pushed together, and then they put a piece of, not even wood, they took a busted ass piece of drywall right here and drilled into it multiple times, so the whole thing was crumbling. So we're gonna get rid of these and make our own. There's a tennis ball in here. So as you can see here, I've made some pretty, I'm sorry, were you sitting here? So I've made some pretty basic measurements here, as you can see. It says big vent, 29.5 by 13. And I think that's all that I need to go to the hardware store, because I'm just gonna wing it. Now, bear in mind, I've got what is it, 1, 2, there's another one in the bedroom, 3, plus the big one. Okay, so I got 4 vents to make, give or take. So I'm gonna go to the store with that in mind. So at this point, I went to Home Depot and I was looking at this sheet metal, which I could only get one frame out of, and it was $24, which is kind of industry standard based off of the research that I did. But that's when I came across this $52 3-foot by 3-foot sheet, and I thought to myself, holy shit, I could make all of my vents out of this one sheet. Then I found some liquid nails. I've always wanted to try this. I figured I could glue that to my frames, and then I found these wood pieces, $1.75 each for an 8-foot board, so much cheaper than actually buying little pieces of trim. Then I found this gold spray paint. I've used it in the past. It's amazing. And then I f***ed off to do my project. I think this is right. It's a lot shorter than I was anticipating it to be. I'll add an extra couple inches. Okay, so this vent took a healthy amount of trial and error, and honestly, I would just say that that's because I don't have a template to work with like I do for the other vent covers. The other ones, I'm just gonna pull the vent covers off the wall and then just copy the exact same size. All right, now I just gotta glue it together. All right, so now that I have my frame pieces cut out, now I get to glue them together. I have some 90-degree angle clamps here, and now these are not necessary to do this, but it does make it a little bit easier, and because I have them, I'm going to use it. I've got some wood glue from a bunch of previous projects. Put a little glue in the corners here. Do the same thing on this side. All right, so now that this is clamped, while it is gluing, I'm just gonna go make 3 more. Luckily for me with this one, I do have kind of a template, I guess you could say, with this, and I can just cut the wood pieces to be the exact same size as this. This vent is, oh, there we go, is painted into the wall. Well, this is going in the trash. So it turns out that I needed that vent cover because, as I said before, I needed it for the measurements. But that's okay because there was another one in the bedroom, so it's all good. All right, so while these are drying, I'm gonna go harass Tim, and you guys will see what I mean by that in a second here. So, Tim is going to be going to Paris with his family in a couple weeks for a really fun trip, which is great, but there's one downside. He does not have any actual luggage to speak of, and obviously for a trip across the planet, that's a bit of a problem. But as luck would have it, today's sponsor is Level 8, a luxury luggage company. Now, Level 8 very graciously sent me something I'm super excited about. It is their 30-inch Voyager suitcase in possibly the best color ever. Fancy. It comes in like one of those little cloth things. Okay, I love the color. That is so pretty. Look at that. But Level 8 isn't just known for their unique, stylish design. Tim and I also very quickly found out that they have handles on 3 sides for easy access and is shockingly lightweight.
This is my normal carry-on luggage, which is significantly smaller. And this weighs less than this does. It's so light, which you want it to be light because this is the one that they make you pay if it's too heavy.
They also have TSA locks, large pockets, and dividers along with straps to compress and allow more clothes. And also, it's soft. So we all know that being able to maneuver outside with luggage is a necessary part of traveling, but some luggage brands do it better than others. Level 8's luggage is known for their high-performance wheels, telescoping handles, and lightweight polycarbonate shell. That being said, I figured I'd put it to the test. Correction, Tim is going to be putting it to the test since he's the one traveling. You ready?
No.
You're late and your gate is in a different terminal. You wore Crocs and now you're in an extra screening line. You're late to your destination, but you have to find your luggage on a full carousel and every bag looks the same.
It's not gonna happen. This thing's bright yellow. You can see it from 2 terminals away.
Good, that was a trick scenario. They're giving out free Biscoff cookies at gate 9. I can proudly say that Level 8 passes the airport scenario tests, even with me stuffing it full of clothes before filming this. Probably thanks to its incredibly smooth rolling wheels and wide telescoping handle. I'll put the link for this luggage in my description box below, along with code ROSE10 for 10% off your order. A big thank you to Level 8 for sponsoring this video. All right, so now what I'm going to do is put my aluminum sheet. I'll first move all my out of the way. And now this is kind of where the magic happens because this is when I find out if I actually have enough to make all of the vent covers. Now I have plenty to make some vents here. So I'm gonna cut as little of it as I can so that I can try and save it. All right, now I have a silver Sharpie, which I'm gonna use to sort of outline where I need it to be cut. Now I've just got some metal cutting shears here that will probably cut through this like butter. I'm gonna put some gloves on because this stuff is pretty sharp. You know how they say cutting through sheet metal is like a forearm workout? It's not a joke. It's easy to cut through, but it's a lot. Boom. And just like that, I have very basic vent covers. I'm still gonna do a lot more to them, but my point is that it didn't take a lot of material. I still have this much more vent material here. I'm sure that my mom will hit me up and ask me if I can make her vent covers, because I also have excess wood too. So now that I'm done, I'm going to prime and then paint these screens. I don't think I actually need to prime, but I have it, so I'm gonna use it because I have it. Okay, so this is the definition of using what you got. I've got my old screen here. Now the trick with this is that I want to be very light with my coats because I don't want it to clog all of these little holes that I've got here. Now for the second one. All right, so while that spray paint is drying, I'm going to do a little extra step here that isn't necessary to do, but I'm going to do anyways because I want a really polished look with these. So what I'm going to be doing is taking joint compound, which I already had. This is the same stuff I plaster all over the walls to get rid of all the texture because I don't like textured walls. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna take my spatula and I'm just going to scrape it all over these frames to smooth them out a little bit. Now joint compound is like 10 bucks for a huge thing of it. I don't think this is 100% necessary, but again, I'm gonna do it because I like it. I don't want any of the natural like texture or knots that are in the wood to show. And I figured that this would be the best way to sort of fill in all of those crevices and make it a smooth surface because it worked for my walls. So like for example, there's a huge knot that's right here and I don't really want that showing along with the cracks that are right here. Oh, there's another one right there. So we're just gonna pretend like it doesn't exist. And just like that, she's plastered. And it didn't even take a bottle of whiskey. All right, so while these are drying, now I get to finally spray paint the vents gold. Now, while we're waiting on that to dry, I have something to say. Speaking of things that are definitely not adding value to the house right now, let's talk about the kitchen backsplash, or the tragic lack of one. Right now, it is just a plain white wall. The vibes are very starter apartment meets we forgot to finish. Now, Tim and I are planning to go tile shopping to see if we can find something that can make this go from sad to stunning. Now let's go pretend like we know what we're doing at the tile store. This looks like a massive cutting board. Do we need a new cutting board?
Not one that big.
No? I like these.
This is the one I had in my head.
So I kind of want to know like what's in that picture. Yeah, I think that's really pretty. Okay, so we loved the tile that they showed us. It has to get here from Spain, which is gonna take 6 to 8 weeks. So we're gonna keep looking and hopefully we can find something that will get here a little bit sooner. Okay, so we're at our next tile location, except we can't go inside because the gates are closed. But they're not just closed because of like normal reasons, they're closed because they have a notice right here saying that they have to pay their rent and they haven't done that. So obviously we can't shop here, you know? That's bust. So this clip I can't show you because they were playing Tom Petty really f***ing loud in here, and if I play it for you, I'm gonna get a copyright infringement, and that's just not fun. There's some kitchen ones. These are a little too flat though.
Rose, caw-caw, caw-caw.
Did you just say caw-caw?
Yeah, it's the signal.
I don't think that's a thing.
It's totally a thing. Did you ever see the movie Robots? Robin Williams, caw-caw.
Yes,
caw-caw.
actually I have, but it's probably been like 20 years.
There you go.
Which one?
That guy right there. That's the one.
Oh, it is called Jade. Same as the other one. What is this?
Made in Spain.
Oh my god, it is.
You're welcome.
Did you? No.
Eagle-eyed Tim over here. The same one we were looking for. Now
There's no way.
Just see if we can get a sample of it.
Okay. I mean, hopefully we can and it works in our kitchen.
I hope it looks good in our kitchen because if we go through all this trouble to find it, it looks like
Okay, so after we got back from the store, I ended up having to go to work, so I didn't have time to show you guys the sample that we got in the kitchen. Also, don't mind my hair, it's wet because I just got out of the shower. Right up here to see how it would look. And I f***ing hate it. I think that the problem is that lighting is everything. And in the store, it looked a little bit more vibrant and like pretty. I don't know if it showed up that way on camera, but that's how it was in real life. Versus when we came into the kitchen and put this tile down, I felt like it really looked sort of sad and depressing. It's too gray in here. I don't know. Literally the only way I know how to describe it is I don't like it. I need something that's a little bit more warm and probably pastel and just kind of breathe life into this kitchen. This shit's not cutting it. gonna go see if I can find something different. I'm not gonna record it. I'm just gonna see if I can come back with samples and see what I can get. So I was able to get this sample and I thought that it was beautiful. The only problem is that I feel like it's a little bit too distressed for what I'm looking for. And I might need something a little bit like more pastel-y, if that makes sense. But it's a good thing that I also, tile is so heavy, that I also got this sample. Okay, well, if you could stay, that would be great. I love this one. I feel like this is what I've been looking for. Hopefully it looks right on camera. But at this point, I'm starting to doubt myself a little bit because I've been staring at tile for a little too long. So I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know if you think that this tile would look good here. The point in me choosing a light green is to sort of marry the spaces of the bookcase to the kitchen, because right now they're looking a little too contrast. Like they're too different, but I also don't want a color that's gonna compete. So I kind of feel like that's this one. I also wanted a happy color. Let me know what you think. In the meantime, I gotta put the second coat of paint on the grate. Oh, I also forgot to explain to you guys the whole $30,000 thing. For those of you that don't know, one of the best ways to increase the property value on your home is to redo the kitchen and/or the bathroom. I can't explain why, I have no idea. I just happen to know that that's a thing. And based off of my calculations, with the current renovations of the kitchen, along with adding in tiling and later more permanent flooring, it will increase the value of the home about $30,000. Anyways, back to painting. So while that is drying outside, we're gonna move on to our next small detail that makes the house look better. The overlooked details. The point of this video. We're going to move on to that next. So I have with me here a lot of Amazon packages. I couldn't get them all here in one for some reason. Normally I'd just order one big box because it's all kind of the same thing. I am switching out the switch plate covers. Now the ones that I have, ooh, that's so pretty. Ooh. Okay, the ones that I have now, a lot of them are just cracked and old, and this is a really easy fix to, again, make your house look a little more expensive. Oh, these are, this is not for this video. This is Reggie's hair clippers, because I'm gonna shave him. His groomer normally shaves him, because it's getting warm out. Figured I'd try and do it myself. And then these are the command strips I'm gonna be using to put the vents on the wall. A lot of these that I bought, it was cheaper by a pack of 5 online, and I did a lot of research into these. I once again found this idea on Pinterest. And the vent covers that they had on there were absolutely beautiful, but they were like $30 a piece. And then that's when I realized that it was an influencer that was promoting it, and she was using an affiliate link, which, like, fair enough. I get it. Like, you know, I do the same thing sometimes where it's like, you gotta be able to like pay for your projects and whatnot, but I don't have the budget for that. $30 for a vent cover felt a little ridiculous to me. So instead, I found these. And if I bought them in a pack of 5, well, the one that was on its own, I think it was like 13 bucks or something like that. But if you buy them in a pack of 5, I believe it's cheaper. I could be getting my numbers wrong, but it was somewhere in that ballpark. And these are the covers. It is significantly more substantial and sturdy than obviously this sad little builder grade plain white plastic one. Okay, so that's already a slight problem. The fact that I put molding right here and it's not wanting to sit flush. So that's okay. I'm gonna test out the other ones, and then if I really like it and it works, then I'm just gonna cut a notch out of my trim here. That looks so pretty. Look at how pretty they look. All right, so I went ahead and I sanded these very lightly. That doesn't require a lot. I did it off camera because it's a little bit boring. But now, there's powder everywhere, is the fun part, because stuff is really gonna start to come together here because I'm going to start painting. Now I'm using a little like paintbrush and then I'm going over it with a roller again because I have to switch between several paint colors here and I thought this would be the easiest way or the fastest way to clean my tools. I think I just got paint in my ear. Now it is the moment we have all been waiting for. I'm going to stick my metal to my frames to actually make the vents. I'm so excited. So black side down, which means it's gonna look like that. That is so pretty. I think we're ready for the liquid nails. There we go. So now that it's dry, I'm just gonna take my command strips that I ordered. Oh, there's probably an easier way of opening that. Yep, on the tear line. Now, the straps that I ordered are Velcro, which is really nice because it means that if I ever need to remove this in the future for like vent work to be done, that it's really not a problem. It just comes right off. Now it's time for the moment of truth. It looks so good. Overall, I am so happy with how this week's DIYs came out. I think that they came out so pretty and elegant, except for this one vent cover that literally fell off while I was editing. I'm gonna have to find a different stick solution for that one, but oh well. If you're interested in videos like the one you're watching now, then this video here might be worth a watch.